Here we have an exponential equation. In this exponential equation, we have to solve for x. That is, we have to find the value of x. Okay, let me write the given exponential equation as it is. It is x to the power of x times square root of x equals to x times square root of x squared to the power of x. Okay, now let me keep the stuff on the left side as it is. On the right side, x times, we know that square root of x squared equals to x. So we get x times x to the power of x. So then we get x to the power of x times square root of x equals to, when I multiply x and x, I'm getting x square whole to the power of x. Okay, then we have x to the power of x times square root of x equals to, okay, so we have base x and exponent 2, and for this complete stuff, again we have an exponent x. So whenever we have two exponents like this, what we can do is we can multiply the two exponents. When I multiply this 2 and x, I'm getting x to the power of 2x. Okay, here two terms are equal with the same base. So there is a base on the left side is x, the base on the right side is also x. So according to one-to-one property of exponential equation, so whenever two terms are equal with the same base, what we can do is we can equate the exponents. So when I equate the exponents, I'm getting x times square root of x equals to 2 times x. Okay, and my next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to square both sides to get rid of the square root over here. Okay, let me square both sides. Then I'm getting x times square root of x the whole square equals to 2x the whole square. Okay, now two quantities are multiplied and we have the common exponent. Whenever two quantities are multiplied and we have the common exponent, the exponent can be distributed to each quantity and multiply the results. Then I'm getting x squared times square root of x the whole square. And the same rule we have over here. So two quantities are multiplied and we have the common exponent. So the exponent 2 can be taken for this 2 and x as well and multiply the results. Then I'm getting 2 squared times x squared. And here this square root and this square root cancelled. I'm getting x squared times x equals to, so the value of this 2 square is 4 times x squared. So when I multiply x squared and x, I'm getting x to the third power equals to 4x squared. Okay, now let me subtract 4x squared from both sides. When I do so, so this positive 4x squared, negative 4x squared will cancel. I'm getting x to the third power, negative 4x to the second power equals to 0. Okay, now we have to factor the expression we have over here. So to factor this expression, what I need to do is I have to find the greatest common divisor for these two terms. So clearly the greatest common divisor for these two terms is x squared. So we can factor x squared out. So once x squared is factored out, what do we have inside the parenthesis? To know the stuff inside the parenthesis, what I have to do is I have to divide the terms over here by the one I factored. So when I divide this x cubed by the one I factored, that is x squared, I'm just getting x, because x cubed divided by x squared will result just x. Okay, now when I divide this negative 4x squared by this x squared, I'm getting negative 4 equals to 0. Okay, now we can verify our factoring. So if I distribute this x squared to this x, I'm getting x cubed. And when I distribute this x squared to negative 4, I'm getting negative 4x squared. So the factoring what I've done is correct. Okay, now the product of these two factors equals to 0. So either the first factor equals to 0 or the second factor x negative 4 equals to 0. So now to get rid of the square over here, I have to take square root on both sides. When I do so, this square root and square root cancelled. I'm getting x on the left side. Square root of 0 is 0. So now I got one of the values of x, that is 0. Okay, now let me solve this equation. So for that, I have to add 4 to both sides. When I do so, the negative 4, positive 4 will cancel. I'm getting x equals to 4. Okay, when I solve the given exponential equation, I'm getting two values for x. One is x equals to 0 and the other one is x equals to 4. So I find the second value x equals to 4 in option C. So the correct answer choice for this question is option C.